Hey guys, welcome to day 135 of the Bible in a Year plan. Today we will be reading Ecclesiastes 10 through 12 and 2 Timothy 4. If you need to read more about this plan, visit the High Quality Gospel website with a link in the description of the episode and the podcast. Please leave a like and follow the podcast to stay up to date with new episodes. Now, let's begin with reading Ecclesiastes 10. Dead flies make a perfumer's oil ferment and stink, so a little folly outweighs wisdom and honor. A wise person's heart goes to the right, but a fool's heart to the left. Even when the fool walks along the road, his heart lacks sense, and he shows everyone he is a fool. If a ruler's anger rises against you, don't leave your post, for calmness puts great offenses to rest. There is an evil I have seen under the sun, an error proceeding from the presence of the ruler. The fool is appointed to great heights, but the rich man in lowly positions. I have seen slaves on horses, but princes walking on the ground like slaves. The one who digs a pit may fall into it, and the one who breaks through a wall may be bitten by a snake. The one who quarries stones may be hurt by them. The one who splits logs may be endangered by them. If the axe is dull and one does not sharpen its edge, then one must exert more strength. However, the advantage of wisdom is that it brings success. If the snake bites before it is charmed, then there is no advantage for the charmer. The words from the mouth of a wise person are gracious, but the lips of a fool consume him. The beginning of the words from his mouth is folly, but the end of his speaking is evil madness. Yet the fool multiplies words. No one knows what will happen. And who can tell anyone what will happen after him? The struggles of fools weary them, for they don't know how to go to the city. Woe to you, land, when your king is a youth, and your princes feast in the morning. Blessed are you, land, when your king is a son of nobles, and your princes feast at the proper time, for strength and not for drunkenness. Because of laziness the roof caves in, and because of negligent hands the house leaks. A feast is prepared for laughter, and wine makes life happy, and money is the answer for everything. Do not curse the king even in your thoughts, and do not curse a rich person even in your bedroom. For a bird of the sky may carry the message, and a winged creature may report the matter. Send your bread on the surface of the water, for after many days you may find it. Give a portion to 7 or 8, for you don't know what disaster may happen on earth. If the clouds are full, they will pour out rain on earth. Whether a tree falls to the south or to the north, the place where the tree falls, there it will lie. One who watches the wind will not sow, and the one who looks at the clouds will not reap. Just as you don't know the path of the wind, or how bones develop in the womb of a pregnant woman, so also you don't know the work of God who makes everything. In the morning sow your seed, and at evening don't let your hand rest, because you don't know which will succeed, whether one or the other, or if both of them will be equally good. Light is sweet, and it's pleasing for the eyes to see the sun. Indeed, if someone lives many years, let him rejoice in them all, and let him remember the days of darkness, since they will be many. All that comes is futile. Rejoice, young person, while you are young, and let your heart be glad in the days of your youth, and walk in the ways of your heart, and in the desire of your eyes. But know that for all these things God will bring you to judgment. Remove sorrow from your heart, and put away pain from your flesh, because youth and the prime of life are fleeting. So remember your Creator in the days of your youth, before the days of adversity come, and the years approach when you will say, I have no delight in them, before the sun and the light are darkened, and the moon and the stars, and the clouds return after the rain, on the day when the guardians of the house tremble, and the strong men stoop, the women who grind a grain cease because they are few, and the ones who watch through the windows see dimly. The doors of the street are shut, while the sound of the mill fades. When one rises at the sound of a bird, and all the daughters of song grow faint. Also, they are afraid of heights and dangers on the road. The almond tree blossoms, the grasshopper loses its spring, and the caper berry has no effect. For the mere mortal is headed to his eternal home, and mourners will walk around the street. Before the silver cord is snapped, and the gold bowl is broken, and the jar is shattered at the spring, and the wheel is broken to the well, and the dust returns to the earth as it once was, and the spirit returns to God who gave it. Absolute futility, says the teacher. Everything is futile. In addition to the teacher being a wise man, he constantly taught the people knowledge. He weighed, explored, and arranged many proverbs. The teacher sought to find delightful sayings and write words of truth accurately. The sayings of the wise are like cattle prods, and those from the masters of collections are firmly embedded nails. The sayings are given by one shepherd. But beyond these, my son, be warned, there is no end to the making of many books, and much study wearies the body. When all has been heard, the conclusion of the matter is this: fear God and keep his commands, because this is for all humanity. For God will bring every act to judgment, including every hidden thing, whether good or evil. Now we read 2 Timothy 4. I solemnly charge you before God and Christ Jesus, who is going to judge the living and the dead, and because of his appearing and his kingdom, preach the word, be ready in season and out of season, correct, rebuke, and encourage with great patience and teaching. For the time will come when people will not tolerate sound doctrine, but according to their own desires, will multiply teachers for themselves, because they have an itch to hear what they want to hear. They will turn away from hearing the truth and will turn aside to myths. But as for you, exercise self-control in everything. Endure hardship, do the work of an evangelist, fulfill your ministry. For I am already being poured out as a drink offering, and the time for my departure is close. I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. There is reserved for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will give me on that day, and not only to me, but to all those who have loved his appearing. Make every effort to come to me soon, because Demas has deserted me, since he loved this present world, and has gone to Thessalonica. Crescens has gone to Galatia, Titus to Dalmatia. Only Luke is with me. Bring Mark with you, for he is useful to me in the ministry. I have sent Tychus to Ephesus. When you come, bring the cloak I left in Troas, with Carpus, as well as the scrolls, especially the parchments. Alexander, the coppersmith, did great harm to me. The Lord will repay him according to his works. Watch out for him yourself, because he is strongly opposed to our words. At my first defense, no one stood by me, but everyone deserted me. May it not be counted against them, but the Lord stood with me and strengthened me, so that I might fully preach the word, and all the Gentiles might hear it. So I was rescued from the lion's mouth. The Lord will rescue me from every evil work, and will bring me safely into his heavenly kingdom. To him be the glory forever and ever. Amen. Greet Priscilla and Aquila, and the household of Onesiphorus. Erastus, and has remained at Corinth. I left Trophimus sick at Miletus. Make every effort to come before winter. Eubulus greets you, as do Pudens, Linus, Claudia, and all the other brothers and sisters. The Lord be with your spirit. Grace be with you all. On day 134, we read of life being better than death, and in 2 Timothy, we were warned of false teachers who lead others astray. Today we end Ecclesiastes, finishing our last bit of Solomon's writings, and we also have moved on from his reign. Even though Solomon was blessed by God and did wonderful things for God and his people Israel, this does not mean he was perfect. He built up wives for himself and earthly things to make him feel rich, powerful, and comfortable. Though this was given to him by God, this does not mean it was good. Solomon later pays the price by being told that after his reign, the nation will be split because he did not properly follow God. Even with being blessed with wisdom, Solomon did not always utilize it. But because of his wisdom, we are able to see writings from him and see what lessons he is able to teach us, using the discernment God has blessed him with, and what we can be blessed with. Ecclesiastes has been a stranger version of wisdom. It is written by Solomon, who in this book sees life as futile and meaningless, but he also gives sprinkles of hope, only when God is involved, however. Without God, life is most certainly meaningless. We have no hope in the future. Our children may not use what we teach them or give them. All of our desires will go empty and unfulfilled. We have no hope in the future. Our children may not use what we teach them or give them. The good works we do on earth may be destroyed by others. Both the righteous and the wicked die all the same. And so the whole book is asking the question, what is the point? And the purpose is to follow God and fulfill His will. His will, His desire, is perfect and everlasting. Ours are quickly fading. Solomon uses his feelings of pursuing so many things to give himself purpose, and yet comes back to one thing: God. He says that foolishness can't be hidden, and will always come to light. Foolishness will end in catastrophe for those who follow it, and wisdom rewards those who seek it. So, since it's not hidden, it's up to us to find it and destroy it. If left untouched, it will seep throughout the nation and corrupt it, including the authorities. He also warns that our good works take time, and we must be patient. The fool desires things to happen immediately, but the wise wait for their work to be completed. He also warns that some good works are uncertain, and it takes trust in God. Some things cannot be bought out completely, and it takes a leap of faith, a bit of hope. Not just hope in the world, but in God. We don't know the future, but we can trust God's judgment. Solomon also talks about age, and we will grow old, but this is necessary. Sometimes growing old is difficult. We must work to provide for ourselves, families, and maybe others. The days will get difficult, and the struggles increase, and it makes us long for youth and younger days. But we cannot do this. We must always remember God, and remember that this is life. Seek God in your adulthood and your older age. Do not waste time longing to be younger and wishing for more freedom. But if you are young, rejoice in it. For one day it will end, and you will gain responsibility beyond anything you realized. But in the end, this is all good. For the older we get, the closer to God we can grow, and the closer we get to eternity with Him. So, in all our days, remember God and glorify Him. Today we also finished 2 Timothy. The 2 letters to Timothy were able to help and encourage him as a leader of a church. At that time, the church was facing heretics, persecution, and improper leadership. Paul wanted Timothy to take all of these words to heart and become a better leader, all while discipling others to be leaders as well. Paul ends with giving a charge to Timothy. He uses very strong and commanding language to show the importance and inevitability of what is to come. He desires Timothy to continue the good work and not be discouraged by Paul's imprisonment or any other persecution. Just as Timothy must, we must also preach the word. We must fulfill the calling that Christ has for us. We must hold to the truth written in the Scriptures. At this time, many have left the presence of Paul during his imprisonment in Rome, and must rely on Christ alone. So too must Timothy. And while Paul sends his greetings in the end, he focuses on the grace of Christ, and hopes that grace and the Lord will be with Timothy, and prays for Christ to be with him in Ephesus. The only way that we can complete the mission God has for us is to have Christ with us. So, we must pray for God to be with us and any others who are also a part of the mission. Thank you for joining in the reading and understanding of these chapters, and let us all be vigilant in continuing this reading. Please share, like, follow, or whatever you can do to help us reach more people with the Bible reading. Please also check out the High Quality Gospel website for more information and a couple of store items. Thank you, and keep learning.